Good morning, everyone, and welcome to today's EPIC conference. It's tremendous to see so many business here today. It's an honour for me, and it's great to be here representing ANZ at an event that celebrates the enormous role of our ethnic business people and the role they play in making New Zealand a better and more prosperous place. We at ANZ are absolutely delighted to be a strategic partner of the Office of Ethnic Affairs, who provide invaluable support for New Zealand's ethnic businesses. And today's conference is one of the key parts for us as a bank and our partnership with the Office of Ethnic Affairs. It's fantastic to have in this room today such a wide range of entrepreneurs and business people, and it was an absolute pleasure during the morning break today and also before we started today to talk to quite a few of you. And many of you are achieving great things in what is still a very tough business environment here in New Zealand. Small and medium-sized businesses like yours are the driving force of the New Zealand economy. Over 90% of the firms in this country employ fewer than 20 people, and these firms account for nearly 1 out of every 3 jobs. As the name of this conference suggests, the role for small ethnic firms is potentially epic. And that's more than just a play on words. As New Zealand emerges from the GFC, it will be our business people, the people with ideas and the energy to make things happen that will build a better tomorrow, a better New Zealand. Very soon, at the bank, ANZ will be announcing the findings from our privately owned business barometer, New Zealand's most comprehensive business survey. During the survey, we spoke to hundreds of ethnic businesses. We asked them how they were doing, and we asked them where they wanted to go and where they want to be as businesses. We asked them what they saw as the challenges and what are their opportunities that lay ahead for them. The full report, the privately owned business barometer, will be published in a few weeks, but we thought we would take the opportunity today to share some of the key ethnic findings. The first thing, and the one thing that came through very, very clearly for us, with all the ethnic businesses we spoke to, is something that sets them apart from many other small and medium-sized New Zealand businesses, and it's a source of strength for the entire economy. That difference is your strength and your strong connections with markets overseas. The survey showed that you are leading the way in doing business with some of New Zealand's key export markets. Business people with ethnic links to China, India, Japan, and Vietnam are far more likely than others to be doing trade with those markets. 50% are more likely in the case of Vietnam. These past few years haven't been easy for any business. And while we're not out of the woods yet, there's little doubt that for us here in New Zealand, our economic recovery will be an export-led recovery. We've heard that from the 2 previous speakers this morning, and John had some great charts that suggest that's the case. As a nation of small businesses, this means that more small and medium businesses will need to look to offshore markets to drive their growth. They recognise the incredible opportunities awaiting them, especially in the emerging economic powerhouses of Asia. And again, we saw that earlier this morning. A couple of weeks ago, at ANZ, we took a group of Kiwi business people to Vietnam, a market with amazing potential and an ambition to be one of Asia's tiger economies. Some of the business people were curious, and quite of them were actually quite skeptical too. But they all came away convinced that Vietnam is a place they could establish strong business relationships with and do a lot of business with too. For many Kiwi businesses, making the connections and establishing networks with markets in Asia is not easy. 1 in 4 in our surveys told us that cultural differences and language barriers are holding them back for their export ambitions. 1 in 4 also told us that they lack offshore distribution channels, while 1 in 5 struggle with foreign business practices. The point I'm trying to make here is that many of these weaknesses for ordinary Kiwi businesses are your strength. So while many firms are struggling to find contacts, customers, and distribution channels overseas, you already have them, and you have many of them. What's more, and this is probably the most important, you know how to make them work for your business. In many cases, you're working with long-standing contacts and business networks in your country of origin. and many of you trade very successfully in other countries too. I firmly believe, and we believe in the bank, that your outward-looking approach, your offshore contacts, and the hands-on knowledge many of you have as exporters will put you at the forefront of our export-led recovery here in New Zealand. There's another point that came through in the survey and when we speak to ethnic businesses. That is how important the role of business is for their families and in their communities. For many migrants, their business is much more than just a business. It can be a key vehicle to getting established in this country. It can help link you into your new community and in many cases to maintain links with your country of origin. Your businesses are also at the heart of the rapidly growing economic, educational and cultural linkages between New Zealand, Australia and the Asia Pacific. Our ties with Asia, in particular here in New Zealand, will only strengthen as we expect the New Zealand Asian population to double in the next 15 years and reach 800,000 people. Having said all of that, a lot of our ethnic customers tell us that they need all the support they can get as they battle to get started. It's tough to get started, both as an immigrant and as they try to start new businesses in our country. This is a vision I think everyone in this room shares today, to make that easier. And that's why we at ANZ are proud to be part of this strategic partnership that we have with the Office of Ethnic Affairs and to support together ethnic SMEs. At its heart, this partnership is all about businesses and government working together to deliver benefits for New Zealand. We have a presence in 28 countries across Asia Pacific and can see the enormous opportunities for New Zealand businesses. Let alone, as a bank, we're investing heavily up in Asia and Asia Pacific. Together with the Office of Ethnic Affairs, we're focused on building connections, connecting migrant entrepreneurs to Kiwi business networks, very important, introducing investors from overseas, we've talked about that today, to this country, and finding new markets for New Zealand exports. In Auckland, Wellington and Christchurch, we've been organising knowledge workshops to provide practical information and advice for new ethnic businesses. And these are workshops we run together with the Office of Ethnic Affairs. We've also been running, together with the Office of Ethnic Affairs, connecting the region sessions in Napier and the Bay of Plenty. These are supporting more established firms looking to expand up into Asia. And we are proud at the bank to build further on this work as a strategic partner of today's conference. And I certainly believe this is one of many new conferences to come in partnership with the Office of Ethnic Affairs. This is a celebration here today, and it's great to see the vibe and the energy of all your ideas and the determination you have to build a better and more prosperous tomorrow for New Zealand. It's been an absolute pleasure speaking to you here today. I know I speak from my college at ANZ, all my colleagues at ANZ, when I say we have a great admiration and a great respect for our ethnic business community. I would certainly like to wish you the very best for the future. Thank you.